don't understand today's wrestling fan. I don't understand me been around this business since 1989, and I can look at a show like that and be thoroughly impressed, and I'm thoroughly entertained, and I'm looking at how they're doing the angles, and how they have this match at this point and a more highly impact match at this point. From my perspective, it was well put together the way they did the ebb and flows of how the show went and how a lot of the matches went. Now, a lot of the fans don't get that, but it's the same way if you're doing a movie together. A movie starts out this way. They try to let you know about certain little things. If you listen, you try to see what these people are figuring out. Then it goes into this mode. Then it comes up to this. Then you do a car chase in the middle, and then blah blah blah. And at the end, the good guy finally catches the bad guys and figure it out, and blah blah blah. And that's kind of like how they have to do a show. It has to be at every flow, up and down, so on, all around. And I'm watching that because I'm privy to that. And then you read the comments from the fans, and I'm like, why is it that people watch products today, whether it be wrestling or whatever, and you're never satisfied? I don't get that. Now, I've heard a lot of professional wrestlers, especially some of the veterans, say how much they dislike the fans today. Now I'm starting to see why. Cody should have won. Based on what?
Oh, the Cody thing.
Based on your analysis of something of which you know nothing of.
Yeah, so other fans today were, I don't know about the analyze stuff, but I know, I guess they were just getting sick, because I didn't realize they said, when I was watching pieces of stuff, I don't or be watching it like that, but Roman been in the main event or had the belt 3 years. I thought it was a year and a half or something like that. 2 years, like 3 years, or third time with the belt. Maybe with the belts. Yeah, some folks are sick of them, burning them out, like are wearing it out, like the Cena stuff, like going back to Cena and Orton again. Who wants to keep seeing that? I don't care, even if the company makes money. People want to see something else. Like they wore out not Brock. What's his name? Brock and Roman. And they were starting to wear that out. So the same thing over and over again. Almost like what's the name was saying, when such and such go out there, it's the same match. Same match. But you can talk about it if you're in the business. If you're on the outside, that's different. Now, like with Bruce, he was actually in the business. So that was, his opinion is different. But some guy walking down the street,
You just think you do. And like I told people 1,000 times, the only way you can know how wrestling works, how it really works, you have to be in it.
See?
To see why things are done the way they're done. Or to see where an
backstage
angle is going. If you didn't write the angle, you don't know where it's going. If that makes sense. Well, it's just like a person writing a movie. If I don't show you what I'm writing, Jimmy, how do you know how the movie's going to go in there?
Yeah.
How you know?
Well, yeah, Steve, that's kind of like when Brett Favre decided he wanted to be in Green Bay anymore.
Right.
And the fans,
Well, you got to remember though. It wasn't the fact that he didn't want to be in Green Bay. He retired.
Right.
He retired and wanted to come back.
Right.
And the Packers said, "No, we got our guy."
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is that these people, I'm talking about the Packers, they're at practice every day with these two quarterbacks.
Right.
They know exactly what's going on. They've seen Aaron Rodgers naked and blah blah blah.
How about that?
They're the ones in the position to make that decision.
Right.
And all the fans, look, if he wants to come back, he should. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly.
No, seriously, that's what it comes down to.
No, I know exactly what you're saying.
I remember when I was a kid, it's like when we went to school on Monday after the weekend, we talked about Georgia Championship Wrestling, Mid-South Wrestling, and no one ever said, "Oh my God, Tommy Rich is working for Jerry Lawler now."
Right.
You just...
Okay, I can see some of what he's talking about. But for me, cause he's a little old, a little older than me. Yeah, it was the Monday Night Wars at the time. I was watching wrestling even before that. But cause back then it was prime time wrestling. But yeah, you just watched it. I know what you mean. The old school fan. Yeah, the old school fan is gone. You can forget about all that. I know they're talking about the complaining fan and such and such is this and this and that. But yeah, next day we came in. Yeah, because Monday night was the show, and then the weekend was the what do you call it? Not the repeat, the recap. But Tuesday morning you come in, and yeah, did you see Stone Cold with the truck? Yeah, that man. Back then, if you missed wrestling, you'd be angry. Cause I even remember when before they even happened. I remember the Monday Night Raw was only an hour. That's how far it goes back. But yeah, with the Stone Cold, it didn't matter if he wrestled or not. You just came out here to hear him talk his crap. Dude was telling me about Stone Cold and The Rock when The Rock was having the service for Stone Cold. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, Stone. I done beat Stone Cold so bad, he's gone, or whatever it was. And he came out in the monster truck. So yeah, if somebody complained about that, they need to be kicked in the head because that wasn't boring. I don't know what but I see what you're saying about Monday night. Or Tuesday morning you come into school and or whatever. But yeah, the '90s fan or the '80s fan is different from the fan of the 2000s. They're totally different.
Just talk about what you saw, but the
exactly.
But the problem today is, and it started about I think '85 or '86 when McMahon came out and said all this is scripted. So now the people watching this shit, they know every fucking thing.
Or think they know everything.
Right, but they don't have a clue. Sherlock Holmes can give them a clue.
Sherlock Holmes.
And that's what I'm saying. Is like you said, you don't.
No. You 100% right. I agree.
They read this. No boy, I hate to keep cutting them off. Reading this stuff off the internet. The internet is not always true. Like what they say about the Wikipedia thing. That stuff that you could put up there that you're a millionaire. Don't mean it's true. So that's false stuff. Just because of the internet. I mean, some stuff you get off the internet faster than regular news, but all of it is not is not true. So you could put anything up there. Like somebody, like a buddy of mine asked me about something happened to so and so. I was like, no, nothing happened to him. What are you talking about? I was like, see, people start up stuff, putting a post on Facebook, and the post is fake. See, I don't like shit like that.
Right. But that's what today's fans is. They know it all. They can book it better than Dave Meltzer because he's just a journalist and blah blah.
But that's the thing. Listening to people like Dave Meltzer, I know it's a man who is very difficult to look at. Okay, but at the end of the day, when people get so invested into what they think they know, it gets to the point whereas, like you just said, looking at a professional wrestling show, and I was telling people this last week on the Hills when I was doing the show with Hills. When I was a kid, man, I'm in elementary school, and me and my friends would save up our little money, and we would go down and catch the bus downtown Houston. Elementary school, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I didn't say junior high.
Elementary.
I said elementary.
That's the old days. You're a grown man. You couldn't catch the bus by yourself today.
You better know. You ain't gonna get there. You ain't no Ubers. You can't afford a cab.
Right.
Put 20 cents in the bus.
20 cents.
I have Martin Luther King come through here and protest.
How about 20
cents?
Put the
bus business out of business. That's what we could do back in those days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So hell, you needed. The buses needed you. Me and my friends, man, would go downtown Houston. Okay, we have one older kid watching me. You know what I'm saying? Watching those smaller kids. We watch wrestling. We see our favorites. Our Dusty Roses, our
So
Ernie
you say he
Lads,
caught the bus as a kid. He must have been 9 or 10 years old.
Jose Lotharios, superstar Billy Grahams.
Billy Graham.
I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. We come back to school Monday, and we rub it in all our other friends' faces that couldn't see it live. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't go down to the thing. Y'all see the tape version that they didn't edit it and took everything out. You know, we be talking about what we saw. We never talked about what should be.
Right.
Or I didn't like this. Or I didn't like that. In essence, I'm taking away from my entertaining, me being entertained. I'm taking away from it if I'm trying to psychoanalyze it. If you know what I'm saying. How can I psychoanalyze something that I don't know nothing about?
I see what he's saying though. Like, what was that one guy? He's not even on YouTube no more. Shit. Well, anyway, like they said, back in the day. Okay, let's use for example, Jeff Hardy. It would say, Jeff. They would say, Jeff is a champion, and then you be happy as hell. Now the fan says they let Jeff win. If they had said that back in '95, you'd be like, what do you mean they let Jeff win? What the hell are you talking about? And he's in the complaining and barking, and it's not that serious, So I get sore about stuff now and then, but not like getting back to the Roman thing. Some of the fans might be sick of them. Now you wearing them out, and then it's gonna be like wearing it out like a good pair of shoes ain't gonna be no good no more. You want to see somebody new eventually. Like I know what's name was saying, who cares if the same person wins the Rumble? It's like it don't make it. It does make a difference. You done seen the man. You done won it once. That's enough. Some won it twice. It's like you want to see something new the next year, but it's not that serious. But I understand some of it. You don't want to see the same shit over and over and over again, like the Cena and Orton. They must have wrestled at least 20 times. It probably might be more than that.
How? Okay, if I watched the movie and that movie had me on the edge of my seat, it's like I'm watching Indiana Jones. I remember when I first went to see
I ain't seen that in a long time.
And I'm like, man, how Indiana gonna get out of this? Oh wow, how he gonna get out of this? Oh man, they got him over here. How he gonna get out of this?
Indiana
you know what I'm saying?
Jones.
But at the end, he figured out. And I'm like, woo! What a movie. You know what I'm saying? Let it soak in.
And it was, and what you saw was logical. Even
right.
Right, exactly. And
if it ain't logical, they ain't putting it out.
Yeah. That's like I asked the doctor one time. He was a radiologist, and that was the time the Fugitive came out with Harrison Ford.
Right.
Heard that was a good one.
Movie.
Heard that was a good one.
Great movie.
Hey, Doc, just parenthetically, what do you think about the Fugitive? Oh, no doctor could do all of that. I said, yeah, that's why it's called a movie.
Right.
Have you ever seen the movie Taken?
Yes.
That's another good one.
Okay. This one
with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, he's running through buildings, he's jumping on yachts and all this kind of shit. In real life, a man over got tired after the first 10 seconds. Well, yeah. I just had to send my daughter a card in Babe Ruth, whatever she's saying. It's called a movie. You suspend disbelief.
Okay, if you looking for a real documentary, so where somebody got a camera and follow somebody around, how much money that's gonna make? It's called show business. Show business. The wrestling business. It's not a documentary. You get to see what you see, and brother, it's like you don't know how many times Harley Race comes into town. Or different things like that, or Rick didn't come down here that much. Harley Race came more than Rick down here to Houston. Okay.
Right.
Rick came a few times, but he didn't come like Harley Race. Why that was, I don't know. But or Dusty Rhodes, you know, he was like a focal point in a whole bunch of areas and so like we as kids and young people also, because I did this all the way up until my early 20s, man, you know, early 20s. And your baby face and that the person you're really rooting for, okay, he lost.
Yeah.
But it was almost like he was so, Jimmy, he was so close. He was
he almost had
close.
He almost
if it wasn't for this Jimmy, he would have got it.
Yeah.
If he didn't put his feet on the rope, if the referee hadn't gotten knocked down,
I see what he means. I remember, got me thinking about some more stuff. Flair and somebody, because my boy he couldn't stand Flair, because you know Flair most of the time he's the bad guy, and I see that's another thing. You say good guys and bad guys. You didn't say this. What do they say now? This heel face thing. But anyway, he said Flair. He had finally lost because he was a cheating so and so back then, and my boy was happy because Flair went to crying about my feet was. He's like my feet was on the rope. He said fuck you. He's like fuck you and your feet. He said your feet was on the rope. Fuck you. It was funny. But back to the complaining thing. I'm not it's like I told you I don't hardly watch the shit. No way. I'm not laying in the bed complaining about Roman Reigns and not Batista. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. You know, I'm out laying there thinking about it angry. No, I don't know about that. Shoot, when I cut it off, yeah, I'm not thinking about when I cut the TV off. I'm not thinking about when I cut the computer off. It's off. You know, thinking about that mess. Now, it's over now. Nia Jax is a different story. But this other stuff, who cares? Shoot. And like the one dude, cut this back on and wrap this up. This dude tore up his whole I forgot who. I remember who lost. This is a video clip. This dude tore up all his CDs, smashed his TV, stepped on it. I said, "What the hell?" His wrestling autographs, tore them all up. I was like, I'm not doing all that now. It's just now I would have been angry. Now the Taker streak being broken, that was frustrating. I'm still not tearing up stuff, but that was frustrating. Now I understand now. If what's his name? If Cena had got the streak, oh boy, you think they gave Roman hell that time? That's nothing. but still, I'm not tearing up my CD or DVD collection just because the man lost. The hell you doing?
Such and such didn't come in and interfere. Jimmy, he was this close. That was the whole ambiance that made me want to save my money again as a little kid.
That's another thing. Hey, cutting them off again. My fault. Booker T and who was it? Triple H that time. I hated that when he Booker T. I hated that because what did they say? The thing was because I was dozing off because I had a long day or something that day. It's like Booker T's leg had gave out or something. I was like, because I was angry. I was like, Booker should have got that damn belt. He didn't get it though, but I still didn't tear up nothing. Because then later on you'd be wishing you hadn't tore up the stuff. So, but yeah, they oh boy, that was something. But yeah, because I wanted Booker T to get that belt bad, but but that guy tearing up his TV and his CD collection, DVD collection,
and come back and see him get back on top. That was the lure. Because I'm entertained, brother. He giving me something he giving me a emotional high that I can't get anywhere else. So I'm ready to pay to do it.
See, you got to go to YouTube and watch this match. I think it's 82, 83. It's in St. Louis, the Kiel Auditorium. It's Brody versus Flair.
Okay.
You could just listen to that crowd.
I know he got his ass
people are
too.
convinced Bruiser Brody was going to win that damn title that night. I mean, I think it was 203 songs.
Right.
Oh man, but you just the introduction, you can feel the energy.
Right.
That it may have been like a return match or something like that, but you can
Right.
feel that energy. That this is going to be the night that Brody's going to win this damn title. Nothing's going to stop him. And just the introduction, man.
Right.
You hear the people cheering and just going crazy. Yeah, but today it's can you believe? Why would the Undertaker lose after winning 20 WrestleManias in a row? Just shut the hell up and enjoy the show.
Oh no!
Well, I was looking at all the comments.
I'm gonna jump in one more time. That streak thing. Come on now, because they said that's the one thing. That wasn't put together at all. That just came out of luck. They even admitted it. It came from out of nowhere because they weren't paying that no mind. So if Lesnar beat him, I could understand that. But like I said, if that was Cena or somebody else, whoa, because I think the streak was gone. Then when Roman beat him, I was like, oh boy, because who was talking about that? Solomon. He said they didn't let that man talk for almost 10 minutes. They drowned him out. They wore his ass out. He would let him talk on the mic for nothing. And I wasn't even mad. I understood, you can understand getting frustrated. But like I said, tearing up your stuff and cussing so and so and all this other stuff, I don't know about, well, that should be the limit. Don't jump the railing and get your ass whooped. But yeah.
After the Cody's match,
Okay.
with Roman Reigns, brother, when I tell you that was a great match, they pulled out all the stops and they did all the fillers, brother. Oh my God! And they started out with them both wrestling like old school, headlock this, arm drag this, you know what I'm saying? And then it eventually went to where it got to, slowly but surely, stage by stage. And I was like, boy, whoever put this together is brilliant. Now, I'm in the game, so I know what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? And they did everything to throw you off as to Cody Rhodes being in position to win this match. And right when it looked like everything else has failed for Roman Reigns, boom, 1, 2, 3. They did all the false finishes. The only thing left is who wins now. And he still had one more gig up his sleeve, and he wins the match. And I'm like, whoo, they even got me on that one because everything was put in place for Cody, just like you said about Bruce and Brody. Everything. It's no way you win tonight.
No way.
No way. But he still had one card left, bro. One card left. And he pulled it, and he wins the match. And I'm like, I thought I was a smart guy. There's no way. I'm like, okay, they got rid of his other kinfolk, so he can't help. Usos came in, he can't help. Referee got put down, got back up, he can't help. 10 false finishes. There's no way out of this